Hey, I'm David. I started this journey probably about 2 years ago. Got our medical spa up and running, a good solid year ago, and we're going through, a great learning process on how to make this thing work.
Can you tell me a little bit about more what you do at the clinic and the results people have seen from coming there?
So, one of the big things that we have, that I wanted to start with is I love the idea of stem cell therapy, regenerative health, and all of that, and a lot of that has, it's morphed into a lot of medical weight loss, which is kind of what's carrying our business right now. But I do think there's a huge benefit and huge future for stem cell therapy. I've done them myself and gotten fantastic results. We've had a few other people in our clinic go through it. It's I think it's a matter of time before people really start catching on to what this type of health clinic and thinking forward and actually preventative health can really do for people in their lives.
Excellent. Can I ask you about stem cells themselves? Have you had any difficulties in way of bringing stem cells and the knowledge of stem cells to the general public? Are there other restrictions, and what agency restricts that?
So there's a lot of agencies that restrict that, and basically the federal government is, they don't want us really talking about the benefits of stem cells. There's a lot of regulations that don't let us talk about it. It's starting to loosening up a little bit because there's so many benefits with it that it's just, like I said, I believe it's a matter of time. The results are so good that the lobbyists from the pharmaceutical companies and everything that are kind of keeping this down, in my opinion, that we'll be able to, this is going to become much, much more mainstream.
And then for your first exposure to stem cells, you had them done yourself. What was your personal experience with it?
So I did them in a couple of ways. So I was in the military. I broke my neck, and over the last decade, so I'm a firefighter as well. And, I've been having some, constant pain in my neck, right here. And It's just become a constant ache as, the years have gone on. It's just something that I was like, oh, this is probably something I'm going to have to live with for forever. And started doing some research about, 2018, 2019 on regenerative health and kind of going down that rabbit hole. And so finally, I found a company that I could actually get high quality stem cells from, and that would send them here within the United States, and we're able to get those in. And I had them not only injected with an IV, but I also had them injected intramuscular around on either side of my neck. And to be honest, it kind of scared the crap out of me when I first got them in. And so as I started with this, and it kind of best way I can describe it is it blew up on balloons on either side of where my neck was messed up. And it actually shot my pain up. I was just like, oh crap, what did I just do? And then over the next the day, it kind of started going down. I got my IV with the stem cells because there's a reason why you do the IVs, and you're trying to and get a benefit in an actual specific pain point. And I'm sure we'll get into how those stem cells work and all of that later. But with this, it took about 3 days, and it was a Friday, and I woke up on a Sunday. I was kind of felt like just something was missing, something was off. And so I was driving around about 3 hours later, and I was going around a roundabout near my house. And I was like, pain in my neck is gone. I was like, and I had not had that in roughly a decade. I had not had pain in my neck. And so that was early May, and I still am feeling fantastic. So I don't know how long this is going to last, but so far it's lasted since May.
Excellent. When you decided to open up your clinic, and it's Pinnacle Health and Spa, that's what you have right now, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Originally, back when this first started, I remember when I started heard about alternative medicine, was at a concert, and I was in the bar, and I met a fellow up in the bar, and we started talking about some kind of chemical for disease control. That's one of the things I do. and he started. I was talking about lower back problems. I had severe lower back problems, like dramatically bad back problems, and he talked about stem cells. I had no idea. I had no clue. That was 53 at that time, and I had just found out 2 years before I was type 2 diabetic. And one of the things I remember asking my doctor, I never forget this, was now that I'm type 2 diabetic, what do I do with this? And they just said, just take metformin. And I asked the doctor, I goes, how does metformin work? And the doctor said word for word, we don't know. Just take it, it works. And launched myself on a personal journey of discovering how my body was working, what caused the diabetes, and also I've had stem cells as well myself, twice. And I don't go to chiropractors anymore. I don't have back injuries anymore. That's my personal experience with it. Okay. And you've mentioned that you had people at the clinic that had positive results as well. What type of things did they relate to you in feedback?
So a lot of the benefits, their pain benefits, their regenerative health benefits. There's we had one gal, my wife. She had the stem cells actually injected kind of around her eyes. She had some dark circles and stuff, and those have not come back. And so she also had them. She did some microneedling and did those in on her face. She did the IV stem cell as well.